All right, so it's kicked off the recording and transcription. So welcome back to MidDay Café. I am your host today, Michael Gannotti, and I am joined today by
Scott Moore.
And we are coming to you this Monday morning. Both of us having a full weekend. We have a full week this week with all kinds of stuff happening internally for training. But there's been some announcements and a couple of things that we want to talk to. So we're going to kick off with Scott talking about some of the latest things around Microsoft Teams, some new capabilities and announcements that are coming out. And then I'm going to talk to you about the latest addition to the Microsoft 365 employee experience portfolio, which is Clipchamp, which some people just went, huh? Exactly why we're going to talk about it. But first, Scott, you want to take it away?
Sure. So let me share my screen. So I have a lot of little updates. So lots been happening in the past week. So I'll share my screen. It should come up in just a sec.
All right. Well, that's coming up. It's on hold until we're done, but there's my lunch. Okay. It's called leftovers.
So first thing I'll take note of, if you can see my screen. So basically, there was a very small announcement last week that some of the things in the Teams Admin Center have changed. So you'll see a couple of things repositioned. I'll be honest. I haven't dug in and actually looked at everything, but I know that you can see some couple of things that have changed. So you'll notice up here, dial tone is up here at the top. Policies are down here, and then you have things like auto attendance. So they have started to put a little more emphasis on that. I saw Jamie Stark had actually made a note that things are changing. So just a little bit of reorganization, a little bit, better things there.
Nice.
The other thing, as folks may be aware, that Operator Connect is now generally available. I logged into my portal last week. I hadn't logged in a couple of days, couple of weeks. And there used to be 12 partners, and I was like, holy cow. Now there's 21 partners, actually carriers, and now there's 22. So I logged in this morning, and another carrier was actually added over the weekend. So I just kind of highlight this. So we have a plethora of carriers that are out there, and the thing to take note of is each carrier is going to have availability in multiple countries. So as it becomes, it is available. I'm just saying, as folks to start having conversations around which carriers is suited for them. The key thing really is also taking a look and seeing where they have country availability. So that will, you're going to see some countries you're going to see a lot of, like U.S. You're also going to see some deeper places. You're going to see some very region specific, like Telenor is, typically in the Nordics. Some of these also, the nice thing also is you're also going to see availability in a lot of the Asia countries. You see Optus, you're going to see Telstra, and so they have Singapore, Australia. NTT also has availability in Japan as well as, I believe, Australia. You're going to see some countries also in Africa. So there's just a wide variety of carriers that now are tying into the ecosystem for Operator Connect. So very, very cool stuff.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, now we're seeing, pretty much everywhere, all the continents. We have all continental coverage.
A ton of representation. So you're going to have a lot of different options out there. Tata, OBS, you'll see they have, I'm really keen because of Asia. When you have global deployments, it's always a question, what is my availability for Japan, as well as, India. So I'm not sure you're going to find India in a lot of these. Tata, you will, I believe. Actually, you don't. So I misspoke. But you will start to see the availability, get broader and broader for these countries.
Sure.
So, the other thing is, one other thing that quietly was also announced last week is there's a new E911 certified partner for SIP trunking. So IntelliQuint is out there. So I actually saw a notification internally and got confirmation from one of the PMs in the PG about the certification. Because I was doing some research out here, and I actually saw that. I was like, I hadn't seen those guys before, and I did get confirmation that they did get certified. It's actually certified for the U.S. now. Canada's coming later, but they do have 911 services for the U.S. And then lastly is also Ilya Buckstein had also posted late on Friday that there's a lot of new. There's actually a new release for MTRs. So that came out on 10/1. So there's some new features that are now available with MTRs. So I just
Nice.
went through those. So a couple of things that we have now is we also have Room Remote, allows users to control basic functionality in rooms on their mobile device. We also have Logitech Scribe content camera support for Bluetooth. Sharing in meetings. We have chat bubbles now in meetings. You also have large gallery and together mode for GCC High. There's also some new skills added for Cortana, so you can add a person by name to the meeting and call by name. And then lastly is Cortana push to talk is enabled by default on all devices.
Nice.
So, pretty busy week in the Teams world. You know, a lot of things going on with voice, E911, MTRs, as well as attack. So that's really all my updates. But yeah.
Yeah, so no, that's great stuff. So you're going to provide me the links. We'll put those in the post.
Yep.
So that's all awesome. You want to unshare, and then I'm going to share out, and but that's all great stuff. A lot going on with Teams, obviously, it's funny, you know, as we move up to Ignite, getting closer and closer. At Ignite, we know there's always a ton of new information, but even outside of that, there just seems to be a steady stream of innovation and updates keeps coming.
It's crazy. And
yeah,
I will say we're in internal training this week, so we're probably going to hear a lot of cool stuff, and that will probably start to trickle out in the next couple of weeks.
Through official channels, not through us.
That's right. I am being coy, definitely.
That's right. All right. So I'm gonna open up and I'm gonna share my screen. You inspired me, Scott. So I was just gonna do, you know, just the thing, but now I have to. I think, yeah, I'll do. I'll put my head and face over it all as well, and let me know when you are seeing that screen, Scott, and we'll
sure do.
Rock and roll. You seeing it?
We can see it.
I'm seeing me floating over here. So, I forgot to. I made this deck and I forgot to change the home thing. We don't mess with that here. We get right to the meat of things. So let's go ahead. Right. So what I'm going to talk about is Microsoft Clipchamp, which is a new offering. It's being molded into or folded into the Microsoft stable, but a lot of cool things happening around it. And so I'm going to read you the official off of the blog announcement, what it is, and then we'll talk about what it really is. And then I'm going to show you. We're going to just jump right into it. But Clipchamp, it says, is an in-browser video creation and editing experience. Founded in 2013. I have images of like the, ship sailing across the ocean. Founded with a mission to empower anyone to tell stories worth sharing. The Clipchamp team is dedicated to making a video app they would personally love and are proud to have the world use as well. Clipchamp's technical approach is to combine the simplicity of a web app with the ability to process video using the full computing power of a PC with graphics power, processing unit acceleration, something that was formerly limited to traditional video applications. I'll attach this. You'll have the link to the announcement. But in short, really what we're talking about here is Clipchamp is video creation and editing tool. It's meant to be user-friendly. One of the things as we look at video as this first-class citizen really taking off in Stream Classic and now accelerating, people wanting to further integrate as they're moving into the new Stream, as they're looking to leverage the power of multimedia within Viva Connections, within Viva Learning, to convey things. Clipchamp was made to be a video creation and editing app for those, anybody for people who've obviously had experience, but all the way, somebody's sending me an urgent call and I don't know who this is. And so I'm going to ignore it for now. But we're going to go ahead and with this, it can be anybody. You don't have to have video experience. That's the whole thing about that. And it's designed for both internal and external communication. So as we jump into the application and how it works, what you are going to see is that one of the beauties of it is that it allows you, and are you getting like a flickering on your end of me over the screen?
Just a tad.
Yeah, I am too. So I wonder if I can, let's see, can I switch that? Yeah, I should be able to switch that right here. Here we go. We'll go to the traditional approach. There. And so I'm on early beta next generation version for those who are wondering why. So we're going to take a look at the application, but it is very simple to use. And although it says web-based, you'll see that it offers also client using the browser on any platform. So I even have it on my my Apple iPhone. So let's go ahead and let's actually jump into the application. A couple of quick things I wanted to highlight. This is the Clipchamp page. So if you go to clipchamp.com, one word, you'll see it right here, where it kind of walks through. They have training modules, etc. I'll include the link to that. There's also here the Microsoft acquires Clipchamp announcement talking all about it. And again, the beauty of it is because it's designed for anybody, from a consumer wanting to do social media to enterprise needing to provide marketing internally and externally, it is very simple to use. And it was designed with that full range of production in mind. And you'll see how we're leveraging that and how you're going to be able to incorporate that into 365 as well as for personal use, right? And that's cool. All by design. And then finally, although it originally was just a web-based entity, you can see here it's now available in the Microsoft Store. So I'll include a link to that.
So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
We were talking on Friday, so I mentioned I asked about competitive. Well, I wouldn't say competitively, but in the market space, I guess for viewers that are listening and viewing in, because another application is Camtasia. Would you talk about some of the differences between why you use Camtasia versus Clipchamp?
Yeah, I can get into that when we talk about the screen capture piece. Okay. Certainly. So, and because they're actually a great partner, and it's not necessarily that it's either or. They're very complementary, but different audience focused. So let's go ahead. And what I'm going to do to open it up, I did go through the company store. So you can see down below here, there's the Clipchamp icon in my taskbar right here next to the PowerPoint icon. And so I'm going to go ahead and click that, and it's going to open the desktop application, which you'll notice is app.clipchamp.com. It pulled that out there. And so this gives you a desktop type experience. It's leveraging the browser. So it's leveraging my Edge browser here under the hood. Does the same thing, by the way, here. So I got my brand new shiny little iPhone, and I now have right here in my Microsoft stack, I have Clipchamp enabled, and I can click that, and boom, that's going to open up, and it's going to allow me to do video creation here in a simplified manner. But here you can see right off the bat a lot of the legacy pieces around social media. I cannot speak to the future. I know we're integrating this in, but I also know it's also a consumer app as well. It's got two different audiences. So they do have here a number of templates for some of the consumer-based things, but also sales outreach, right? There's a whole series. In fact, if I come in here into the template library, not just top level, you can see that if I scroll down, for example, below some of those consumer ones, that in fact, that's social media. So if you have a social media presence, this is social media ads. So for example, we run MidDay Café. We could create social media ads to promote this particular podcast or for a live event coming up, things of that nature. We also have Facebook ads. They have sales direct outreach with templates to create pieces, right? So there's a whole range, and they have sales ads, a whole range of content. Again, it's made to be very simple. I'm kind of going backwards up the navigation, but I think that's important because it builds. So the next thing is they also have a brand kit. So for example, if you have official logos and things you want ready at your fingertips for content creation, you can come in here and add things like logos, the fonts that you want to use, color palettes. Make those available so when you're working, those assets are right there. You don't have to upload each time, and you one time make those available, right? So very simple. Then they have here videos. It shows you your videos. I actually created a few and I got rid of those. But then when you go in to create them, and oh, by the way, look down below here, create a team. So if you want to create a collaborative team to work on one, it will invite other people into your Clipchamp session and the videos that you're working. But to create one, it's very simple. You can come in, say, create your first video. It's going to open, and you'll notice it's taking a second to render here. We got a lot going on. My son's visiting from out of town, so he's working remote over the wireless. We have grandkids, so we're streaming right now. When that opens up, though, you'll see all the capabilities. What it's going to do is allow me from my desktop to start to pull in the elements that we've pre-added, add additional elements. I can come in and add audio and video, and I drag it all right here into this UI. And boy, I just got, I think, too much running right now. Let me just close some things out. We will close my PowerPoint. There we go. Close my email. There we go. I'm going to close that and do one more time. Actually, we'll just go through the web. Log in. I have an account. You can sign up, by the way, for a free account now and start to use that. So here I am. Okay, so here we are, and I'll say I want to create a video. There we go. So here it all is right at my fingertips. So my media is the pieces that I already have pre-added. Record and create. This is kind of cool. So I have screen and camera. So I can do a picture-in-picture capturing the screen, whatever's happening, with me talking. And so going back to you were mentioning Camtasia. Camtasia is a phenomenally rich tool designed for professionals creating training videos with with bubbles and all kinds of stuff in it, rich editing features. This is very capable, but it's more targeted towards, again, your person who's not necessarily a professional trainer or video person, maybe a departmental head or somebody in marketing. But I can do screen and capture. I can do just the camera capture from here. I can do just straight screen recording, and I can do text to speech, right, where I provide text and it will actually read it on the screen. You can pick a voice. So we have all that. Again, we have a wealth of templates at our fingertips. It also has banks of royalty-free content for you to consume and integrate right in. So we have here music and special effects. So here's music, it's showing all. So here's the music, special effects, free to use. And this is all around the audio, right? So I want to have a whale. You can pick those. You can preview just by holding your thing over. We have stock video again, and you can search the video library. So they have all kinds of stuff. Like maybe I want to open up with this video tunnel. So, we'll go ahead and drag that on the timeline, see how easy that was, and it's importing it. Well, we'll wait for it to finish. Come on. Notice it says downloading. It's making it local, right? There we go. So now I can come in and I can play that. Boom, and there it is. You can see it's just repeating kind of thing. So we have that available, stock video. We have stock images you can, take a look at, text that you can apply over the top. We have various graphic effects and things that you can add, backgrounds, Giphies can be placed in here. Filters and transitions. So if you have two videos together and you want to transition them, or add a filter over the top, that's all available for you. And then they have a more button down here, and it has that brand kit again where you can add content. And then with any of this, you have various options. So here I can adjust the layout. I can transform this particular element because I've selected it. I can also fade, say, hey, I want to fade in and out. So let's say we want to do a fade in and out. Maybe it's a single video. So now, I'll fade it in. It'll do a fade out at the end. We'll reselect that. We can adjust the colors, the speed on the transform. If I go there, maybe if I put that over the top of something, I can adjust the opacity, so that we can see through and have a video clip over an image or over another video, and kind of have that two-type effect. So a lot that's there. And then when you're done, you say export, and you can stipulate, what do you want? Do you want it as video, a GIF? Give it a name. What's the resolution, right? And optimization. It's saying 720, good for social media. 1080, high def resolution, good for streaming sites. And it says we've adjusted how optimization works. And then we go ahead, click continue once we've given it a name, and we're done. It's that easy.
Pretty slick.
It's pretty slick. So, we made the initial announcements. We're looking forward to integrating this into the Microsoft 365 stack. Today it's independent. We also did announce all existing customers for Clipchamp will have licensure moving forward under the Microsoft umbrella. Certainly, we haven't announced anything about how we're going to do that within 365 and what exactly that integration will look like. But I encourage people, go out, even if you just create a free account. You won't have all the features. You can start to mess with it and take a look at it and see how easy it is to use. And I think that's the beauty. And again, all screens. So on my iPhone, on a tablet, on my PC, just via the browser like we're doing here. It's a slick, anywhere, anytime application, easy to use. And it's been around for quite a while, so obviously people like this. And now it's part of the stable.
I like it.
So that's all I got. You got anything else you want to mention?
Oh, just one quick thing. I think we probably should have mentioned it in the beginning, but tomorrow is the big day for Windows 11. So it should be GA tomorrow, as far as what we know. That's been publicly announced, but I just wanted to remind everybody that tomorrow's the big Windows 11 GA.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm running that on both my machines. One's on dev and one's on preview. But I'm looking forward to seeing that get out there to the broader world.
Yep.
So good stuff. All right. So I guess that's it for today here at MidDay Cafe. I want to thank you all for joining us. So with that, this is Mike.
Scott.
Bidding you all have a great day. Take care. And as always, ciao. And check out Teams and Microsoft 365. Have a good one, everyone.
See ya.